I want to tell you guys a story about the time I almost died. So, I live in California, but I'm originally from Colorado. So, a few months ago, I went and visited my friends back in Colorado for about a week. And on this trip, I decided I wanted to climb the Manitou Incline. It's in Colorado Springs. It is just over 2,244 steps, I think. It's quite the hike. It was amazing. Um, so let me just tell you the beginning. The beginning was great. So I was staying in Denver, which is, I want to say, like 3 hours from Colorado Springs. So I get up early. I get in the car and I'm driving. And I put in my phone like the staircase, not realizing that there was more than one of them. So I ended up getting off in Castle Rock, which is about an hour and a half from Denver. And I get off and I'm driving and I'm coming into a residential area, and there's this huge big park and a field. I'm like, this just doesn't look right. And so I park and I'm like, all right, let me check this out. And I get out, I start walking, and I look up and I can see the staircase that I thought I was going to. I can see the top of it. I'm like, this isn't right. That's like all the things I read from this is like it's pretty difficult, and this like I can do here, I could probably just run up the whole thing. So I stop, I recalibrate, I look up on my phone like the other staircase, and I was at the wrong staircase. So turn around, go back to the car, start driving again. I'm going into the mountains this time. I'm like, all right, this looks right. And I'm driving and I see like this scar in the mountain, and I'm like, that's it. That's the incline that I'm going to be doing. And it was. So I get out and I do this incline, and it's amazing. I'll put some pictures in for you to see. It took me, I want to say, an hour and 40 minutes to get up, and then like 45 minutes to come back down. That was great. I had so much fun. I challenged myself. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. That's not where I almost died. Though, coming back down the staircase with my wobbly ass legs, definitely could have like tripped and just killed myself all the way down. That's a really long way to fall. But that is not where I almost died. So I finally get back down. I get in the car. After, of course, going to the gift shop and buying some merch. I get back in the car. And I put in my phone, like on the GPS, back to Denver. And literally, just right out of the parking lot, I get to this roundabout. And on my Google Maps, from what it looked like, I had to take the second exit on this roundabout. I took that second exit. I was supposed to take the first exit. Me, I don't drive much, ever. I don't have my own car, so when I visit Colorado once a year, I rent one, and that's like the only time I drive. So I'm thinking, these two exits from a roundabout, they can't possibly go that far from each other. So I figured, I'm just going to stay on this road and see where I end up. Okay, so I start driving, and I'm realizing that it's wanting me to turn around, make a U-turn, and go back the other way. And I'm like, no, I'll just keep driving. It's fine. And then I come to a dead stop. Traffic. And so, you know how there are roads. There's 2 lanes going one direction, like a highway, like a small highway. 2 roads going one direction, 2 roads going the other direction, and like a median in the center, like those big cement blocks. Well, construction guys have taken out those cement blocks, and now this side going the other direction that I'm going away from is now turning into a 1 lane, and we are merging onto that side of the road. So now my phone is really confused because it's telling me to make a U-turn or telling me to get off on the next exit. And obviously, I can't do that because I'm now on the opposite side of the road. So I just have to ride this thing out, hoping that they'll put us back on the right side of the road so I can get off and find my way home. We drove on the side of the road for a very long time, and as I'm driving, I'm seeing the horrible traffic that is next to me going the other direction. So when they finally put us back on the right side of the road and my phone's telling me to make a U-turn or get off the exit and turn back around to literally go on that road that I was just on, I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna sit in that traffic. I just saw what it was gonna be. It's gonna take me forever to get back home. So I just decided to put into my phone, there's options, right, that you can put, avoid highways. And so I decided, you know what, avoid highways. Let's take some back-ass road back to Denver. So I did that. And so I keep driving on this road. And I'm driving deeper and higher into the mountains. It begins to rain. And fog is everywhere. Raining so hard. And I'm like, it's okay. Rain's okay. I can handle this. It's not that bad. It's daylight, by the way. It's probably like noon. 1 o'clock maybe. So visibility isn't that bad. It's just raining really hard. And so I have my wipers going. And again, getting deeper and higher into the mountains. And finally, it's white everywhere. It's not snow. It's piles of little balls of hail everywhere. So imagine driving on marbles in the rain and you can't see anything because it's foggy. I only drive like minimal once a year during the time I'm in Colorado. So I'm going like 5 miles an hour on these mountainous roads, which are windy, right? So every time I take a turn, I'm fishtailing because, again, I'm driving on marbles. It was so terrifying. My knuckles, they're turning white. I'm like this close to the steering wheel. I have a whole train of cars behind me. I didn't tell anybody where I was going that day. Nobody knew where I was. So if I had died, no one would be able to find where I was, knew what happened. That was a mistake. So continue driving, right? Terrifying. I'm terrified. But I'm like, I got this. It's okay. We'll be all right. And finally, I'm like, I'm looking at the map and like I'm zooming out to see where I am. And it's just green everywhere. Like there's not a road or highway next to me in miles. I'm like, where am I? So I decide to pull off into this parking lot. There was a diner, so I pulled off into their parking lot. And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, so this is a road that I'm on and I need to go back this direction. And I was like, you know what? Let me just put back into my phone, take away the avoid highways mark, and it's going to put me right back onto a highway to go straight back to Denver. That's what I was hoping for. That is not what happened. I'm in the middle of the mountains. I do not have service. So because I tried to switch it from highway to not highway, or highway, not highway, you know what I mean, switching it, my phone erased everything because I didn't have service. So now I no longer have back road directions or highway directions. I'm just completely lost. All I have is the map and where I am on the map. Pretty much how it used to be back in like, times before smartphones. you have the big fold out map and you just have to figure out where the heck you are and follow the little lines. That's what I was doing. So I'm looking at the map. I'm like, okay, this is the road that I'm on. I need to go this direction, I think. So I get back on the road, turn the direction that I was already going, and thinking that it was the way that I thought I saw on the map, and I'm driving and I'm seeing the little dot where I am going the wrong direction. I'm like, crap. I thought I was supposed to go the other way. I'm lost. So I'm driving. It's still raining. There's no more hail, so that's good. I look down and realize I'm running out of gas. And I have no idea how far I am from a gas station or civilization at all. So as I'm driving, I look over to my left and I see this parking lot and I see a man putting away his fishing gear. And I had to put all my faith into the universe, hoping that this man was a decent man who wasn't going to steal me and who knows what crazy people do. So I pull off into this parking lot. I'm sitting there. I'm in my hiking outfit, like, little tank top, shorts. I'm not wearing any shoes because I just hiked. My feet are tired. I took my shoes off. So I'm sitting there contemplating, looking at this man. He doesn't see that I'm looking at him. Thinking, should I do this? Should I go talk to this stranger? I don't have a choice. So I get out. I run over to him, barefoot, pouring rain. I have my phone out, and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question? I'm lost, and I'm trying to get back to Denver, and I'm like trying to show my phone. The rain is pouring down. It's just like all over my phone. Like there wasn't even a point to have it out." And he's like, "You're getting wet." Like I'm like, "It's fine. It's fine. Just tell me where I am." And I was explaining to him what I thought that I needed to do was go back and get on this other road that originally my phone was telling me to do. And he's like, "Oh no, you don't want to take that road because that turns into a dirt road and it's raining, so it's going to be muddy. You're going to get stuck. You're going to want to take this way and that will eventually bring me back to Denver." And I'm like, "Okay, well then." And I told him, I was like, "I have less than 100 miles left of gas. Will I make it to this highway?" And he's like, "Yes, you will." I said, "Okay." And he said, "I'm actually, after I'm done packing up here, I'm going the same way." So I get back in the car. I start driving. I'm like, all right, I'm hoping I'm going to make it. The miles are going down of how much I have left until I'm empty. I'm freaking out. I'm driving. There's a truck behind me. And I didn't realize that this was a comfort until it was gone. But the truck that was behind me turned off onto some other road. And now I'm alone. Nobody, not even strangers, know that I'm out here. I believe at this point the rain had finally stopped. And I'm driving and I'm like, all right, I'm completely by myself. Like, I better make it. So I'm driving. And then another car pulls up behind me. He's pretty close to me. And I'm going under the speed limit because I'm just terrified. And so I was already expecting this person to pass me because I was going so slow. But like I said, this guy got over as I was expecting, but he kind of followed me on the side and he looked over and it was the fisherman. And he waved at me and I waved back and he got in front of me and I decided, I just ended up following him. I tried to keep up with him. He was going the speed limit and I was like, oh my God, this is so fast. So finally, we get to a stoplight, which is now the highway that I need to get on. He pulls off onto the dirt on my right-hand side. He rolls down his window. I roll down my window and he's like, "Are you going to be okay? You just have to turn here and it's going to take you all the way to Denver." And I'm like, Dude, thank you so much. You saved my life. Thank you. So I get on the highway and I'm looking for the first gas station to pop up. And of course, it had to be Come and Go. Of all places. Luckily, I made it to a gas station. I pull off. I pull into a gas spot. I sit there just for a second. And I just start crying my eyes out because I made it through all of that. Like, I held it together the whole time until I was finally to, like, safety for the most part. Oh my gosh. I was supposed to be meeting a friend after that hike, and so I had no service, so I couldn't, like, contact her. So I finally, like, I called her. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be really late. Like, I'll explain everything later. But wow. I almost died in that mountain. Though one good thing, if I would have crashed, I did get car insurance for my rental. So that's a plus. But yeah, that is my story of how I almost died in the mountains. How nobody knew that I was out there. And next time, I will either A, take somebody with me, or B, tell someone where I'm going. Perhaps, maybe, that would be smart. I do plan on going to that incline again and doing it again, but I will definitely never take the same way back home. Well, thank you for listening to my story. I've told it many times, and I just was like, I have to film this story. I have to get this on tape. So I can't believe I just said get this on tape. For the young viewers out there who do not understand that, recordings used to be on a camcorder that would have a cassette tape that would be like film, you know? Wow, I just aged myself there. I am a 90s baby, by the way, but to get this on video, anyway. Thanks for listening to my story, guys. Hopefully, if you liked my stories, I've only made one so far. If you like my stories, hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you want to hear more stories from me. I am starting my very first YouTube here, and I decided this story would be a good one to start with. You know, I didn't want to sit here and just be like, hi, my name is Celeste, which, by the way, I have not told you that yet. So, hi, my name is Celeste. I didn't want to just sit here and tell you what my favorite color was, my favorite food, where I'm from. Like, I didn't want that boring stuff, you know, the, hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Small talk nonsense. I just wanted to throw a story out there and hope you guys liked it. I don't know how often I'm gonna have videos out because I am fairly new here, but if you enjoyed the story, again, hit the like button, comment down below what you guys thought, and let me know if you guys have ever had a near-death experience. I'd love to hear about it. Well, it was good talking to you guys. Have a great day. Bye!